Here's a pet peeve that I have. I don't want to hear these analysts after the fact tell me somebody shouldn't be in the playoffs. You know, when Kirk Herbstreit says basically Indiana shouldn't have been here. But Herbie wasn't alone. There were a lot of other people who said, well, they shouldn't have been here. Okay. SMU shouldn't have been here. Okay. I'm not blaming SMU or Indiana. They did everything they were supposed to do. And tell me that before they get blown out. Not after. Did you say Tennessee shouldn't have been there? No, they earned the right to be there. They just got blown out. But this after the fact where you have people going, no, they never should have been there. Okay, if Arizona State gets blown out, people would have said, well, they never should have gotten a first-round bye. Right? That's the way it works. Are you saying that about Oregon? That Oregon shouldn't have been the number one team in the country. They shouldn't have been the number one seed. They got blown out by Ohio State. It's really easy to do that today. Do it before. Okay? After the fact, I have no respect for that. Yes, Eden.
Oregon shouldn't be here before the hand would have been a very hot take.
That would have been.
I don't think Oregon belongs here.
Yes. Yes. But somebody's going to say that after the fact, you know?
Yeah.
Arizona State, and I was worried because I thought, just make it competitive. It's weird. I rooted for Indiana, SMU, Boise State, Arizona State to make it competitive. I didn't think they were going to win, but I thought just make it competitive so we don't get this revisionist history where they never should have been there. And then Arizona State comes back, and then they tie it, and then they go into overtime. They said, okay, they're off the hook here. That is a great loss, although they're not going to take it that way. But that was a standout game that they played, and losing to Texas. And I thought Arizona State was the better team the second, third, fourth quarter, and part of the overtime. But it was fun to see. You know, we're going to look at Ashton Genty, and all of a sudden, yeah, okay, you're going to play against that competition. He plays against who he is scheduled to play against. They didn't say, hey, can we pick the crappiest team so I can rush for 2,500 yards? Boise State did what they were asked to do. This is on college football. College football created the scenario where they said, hey, if you win your conference, you get a first-round bye. It doesn't make sense. We've said it doesn't make sense. We said it before people realized it didn't make sense. They're going to change it. They're going to have, and logic will step in, which is really rare in college football, but they will eventually get around to fixing this. So Boise State or Arizona State, these schools, they're not getting first-round byes. You're going to have, and they should take anybody's opinion out, take the human equation out of this where we keep looking at Alabama like it's Alabama. Just ask Vegas. Vegas will tell you because their livelihood depends on this. They don't have any emotion. They will tell you the best teams, who should be in and who shouldn't be in. And Alabama didn't deserve to be in. I know it's one of those where they got to put in Alabama. No, they don't. No, they don't. It's a new college football landscape here, folks. And that's where you see these teams who get a quarterback, transfer portal, NIL money, and all of a sudden, the artists you thought were Alabama, maybe even Georgia, they're knocked down a little bit here, or others are coming up on them. And you're going to have quarterbacks in the transfer portal. Quinn Ewers may be playing at Notre Dame next year. Why would you go to the pros? You can make $6 million playing. He's going to make what a quarterback taken in the top 10 would make. And they're probably going to imagine you win a national title and they say, yeah, thanks, Quinn. We got Arch here ready to go. And there was a report that he had an offer of $6 million. Some had speculated that it's Notre Dame. They have Riley Leonard. They're going to lose him. And I asked my college football source, and they said Notre Dame thought that was too rich for them, $6 million for Quinn Ewers. So here he is coming off biggest win of his career. They got a home game basically coming up against Ohio State. And you got these guys already negotiating what they're going to do next year. It's college football. It's crazy. And it was a lot of fun. You know, there were some really good games. Now, there were some duds, but that's going to happen. It happens in the NFL play. You know, how often do we go, oh, that team got blown out. They never should have been in. We don't do that. Not in the NFL. But we do it in college football. but it's because you're looking at somebody whose schedule, inferior competition. Yes, it's never going to be an exact science. It's just not. But enjoy it. I think, we have playoff football. We didn't have playoff football before. We have it now. It'll get better. Games will be competitive. It's okay. First round matchups in the NCAA tournament. Do you go, oh, they never should have been there? Duke blew out somebody by 42. But we do that. We pick and choose, with our disgust, our outrage.